how many of you have a lot of allergic reactions getting worse more and more and more over time? And you're like, what the heck's going on? So let's talk about even just probiotics. For me, here's a learning point. Write this down, everybody. It's really important to actually take a variety of couples. I would not just one, I would say at least two
Mhm.
probiotics and rotate them. Why? Number one, you want to actually strengthen the number of what we call keystone species of beneficial bacteria. These are the bacteria that are like, let's think about them as utility workers in your earth. And you need a high number of utility workers doing all sorts of utilities in this earth, which is your microbiome, right? So Proflora AI, I think, is really a great one to take. That's Proflora AI, and that would be really populating the keystone species. Now, that particular formula with AI has specific strains that does specific activities. So, for example, Brandy mentioned that she had a lot of rash reactions. Oh, how many of you have a lot of allergic reactions getting worse more and more and more over time? And you're like, what the heck's going on? Well, there are actually specific beneficial bacterial strains that are really helpful for people with a lot of histamine reactions. And that's in Proflora AI, number one. Hi, I'm Maggie Yu, MD, and I'm a functional and holistic medicine physician and the creator of the Transform and Transform protocol. If you're interested in learning what are the root causes of all chronic disease, go ahead and click the link in the description where I have a power pack 30-minute training that goes over what are the 5 pillars of Transform. Go ahead, click the link, and I'll see you in that training. Number 2, Proflora GI would be the second probiotic I would consider rotating. Why is Proflora GI awesome? Well, think about there's certain strains of bacteria that are really good that are more anti-infection. So we can use beneficial bacteria to also shift the microbiome to be to be more infection, meaning more kill oriented. Proflora GI is really great to support that. And I'm going to throw in 2 other like freebie advice. Okay. So bonus section, bonus section. Number 3, if you're really thinking, and I know this because we do stool testing, there are people with
Mhm.
really low gut diversity, meaning that the number of different kinds of utility workers are really low, right? So then what's a really effective way to also increase the number of diverse types of bacteria? That's a spore probiotic. So in our probiotic collection, which we'll put a link down, you have Proflora AI, you have Proflora GI, and you also have a spore-based probiotic. Rotating the 3 of those can be really a great regimen to actually increase gut diversity. That being said, Brandy said in her story, ear, nose, and throat. What can you do to keep the seeding from the ear, nose, and throat? Bonus section, everybody. A chewable, it's
Mhm.
called Proflora Chewable. It's a
And
chewable
it's so
probiotic.
good.
It
Tastes so
is.
good.
Kids love it.
Yeah,
But adults
I
with
love it.
dental, ear, nose, and throat seeding also take it. Why? It topically, like right in your ear, nose, and throat, populates good bacteria in there, it directly there. Because if you swallow a capsule, it goes in your gut. So if you're a practitioner or you don't recognize how much seeding is coming from up here and you don't take a topical, like in the ear, nose, and throat area probiotic, you're not going to stop that seeding.
And I
Boom.
did have chronic sinus issues before I came into the program, and since I've been doing the chewable probiotic, my sinuses are so much better. I had constant postnasal drip, drainage, runny nose, all of those things. So not only do I know I'm, helping with the oral microbiome and the seeding of the gut, but my sinuses have been so much better since being on that probiotic as well.
And then here's the other thing. Rhiannon, in here in the comment section, she says, my GI doctor, this is okay. This is a pet peeve. This is pet peeve time, everybody. And I love it. My GI doctor straight up told me to stop taking my probiotics because there's not enough evidence that show probiotics help or do anything. This is a GI doctor who's never read the evidence. There are thousands upon thousands upon thousands of studies that actually show that specific strains of probiotics are absolutely beneficial in many, many, many types of symptoms and diagnoses, including even cancer, everybody. So here's the thing. I mean, I would say my biggest shame as a doctor, and I'm speaking for many of these GI doctors as well. Look, I was there too. I'll tell you right now, in all of my medical school training, all of my years as a resident, all of my years as a practicing doctor, I'm now 27 years in practice right now. Do you guys know the total amount of time I spent learning about supplements or probiotics?
How much?
30 minutes.
Oh, So, of course, her doctor, who is a GI specialist, is going to tell her, hey, there's not enough evidence because they haven't seen the evidence. They haven't studied this at all. But that it feels criminal to
Yeah,
give someone that
I
information.
think it's malpractice. I'll be honest with you. I think to say that there are no studies around the role of probiotics, I think is absolutely not even true. If you haven't looked at the evidence, be honest, you haven't looked at the evidence. Don't sit here and poo-poo it just because you don't know, right? Hi, and thank you for watching this video. If you're interested in actively looking for a solution to your problem and you'd like to work with us, I'm going to invite you to go ahead and click the link in the description to book a chat with our team. What that's going to do is it's going to bring you to a calendar, pick a time that's going to suit your needs best. It's going to be about a 15-minute phone call. After you book that call, there's going to be a link to a short questionnaire, and that's really important for you to fill out because it's for us to get to know you better and helps us to better prepare to make the most of our time together. After you fill out the short application, it's going to take you to a page where there's a couple resources. What I want you to do is go ahead and click 2 of those and watch those 2 trainings. They're going to really best prepare you for your phone call with us to make the best use of our time together. I and my team look forward to talking to you to learn more about you, to see if we are indeed a good fit to work together. Thank you.